Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what's happening right now in the NFL, specifically within the NFC East, is nothing short of a seismic shift, and it's happening right under our noses. We've got a blockbuster trade that's making waves, and it's not just about a player swap. It's about the strategic moves that could reshape the division's balance of power for years to come. The New York Giants, who currently sit with a 2-5 record, are making bold moves to elevate their roster. And one of the most intriguing parts of this puzzle is the acquisition of DaRon Bland from the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, you heard right. Bland, the elite ball hawk, the guy who's been a game changer for the Cowboys, is now a Giant, and this could be the move that sets the tone for a much brighter future. Let's talk about Bland first, because if you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you know his name has been ringing loud and clear. Leading the league with interceptions, being named an All-Pro for 2024, Bland has established himself as one of the most reliable and disruptive cornerbacks in the game today. His ability to read plays, anticipate routes, and make those game-changing picks is what makes him a premier talent at his position. In 2025, he's been a key figure for the Cowboys, tallying up 38 tackles, 3 interceptions, and showing consistency with a PFF grade of 86.7. That's elite stuff. An EPA per coverage of plus 0.17, 6 pass disruptions, and a career total of 150 solo tackles, with 15 interceptions and 5 defensive touchdowns. The guy is a playmaker, plain and simple. And what's especially impressive is his durability. Minimal injuries in 2025, which is rare for a cornerback in such a physically demanding league. Bland's style of play reminds many of the opportunistic cornerbacks of the past, like Stephon Gilmore, a guy who can turn the game on its head with a single play. Now, why would the Cowboys, who are struggling a bit after Prescott's recent slumps and their overall team inconsistencies, decide to part ways with Bland? Well, it's all about cap management and strategic positioning. The Cowboys, currently sitting at a 3-4 record with a $10 million cap hit, are adjusting their roster to prioritize their offensive line and bolster their front seven. They're really focusing on that pass rush, which has been somewhat inconsistent, and they want more sacks, more pressure on quarterbacks. They're sending Bland, who commands around $8 million in cap space, in exchange for draft picks, specifically a first-round pick in 2026 and a fifth-round pick in 2027. It's a bit of a SETI move from Dallas because, at first glance, losing a player of Bland's caliber might seem counterintuitive, especially given their recent struggles in the secondary. But they're betting on their draft capital and their ability to rebuild the front seven with more sacks, which they've been targeting with their 22 sacks so far this season. So, what about the Giants? Well, this move is a massive boost for them, especially considering their secondary has been a bit of a weak link this season. With Bland now in the mix, the Giants are adding a proven playmaker who can elevate their man coverage, improve their pass defense, and help them create more turnovers. This is crucial because the Giants are currently ranked 21st in points allowed per game, and their secondary has been underperforming. Bland's addition is expected to lead to an increase of around 8 interceptions projected for the team, and more importantly, it should boost their overall coverage EPA, expected points added, by about 15%. That's huge when you consider how tight games can be and how vital turnovers are in turning the tide of a season. Pairing Bland with players like Banks, who had 2 interceptions in 2025, creates a formidable duo that can lock down key receivers and force opponents into difficult decisions. What's especially interesting is how the Giants are now fortifying their defense, particularly in the secondary, which has been somewhat vulnerable. Bland's ability to excel in man coverage, with a PFF grade of 88 in that area, and his minimal injury history makes him a reliable cornerstone. In addition, his opportunistic style, reminiscent of what we saw with Stephon Gilmore in his prime, means he can be a real game-changer in critical moments. His presence should help mitigate issues like Flott's concussion and Adebo's knee injuries, giving the Giants a more stable and aggressive pass defense. This upgrade is not just about patching holes. It's about transforming their defense into a top-tier unit that can challenge even the best defenses in the league. And the impact goes beyond just the regular season. The Giants are now in a position to make a serious run in the playoffs. With a defense that can generate plus 13 turnovers and force mismatches, they're not just looking to sneak into the postseason. They want to be a real threat. The addition of Bland could be the spark that ignites a streak of wins, especially against division rivals. Imagine the Giants facing teams like the Eagles or Cowboys with a more aggressive, turnover-forcing secondary. The odds could shift dramatically in their favor. In fact, when you look at the current Super Bowl odds, the Giants were sitting at plus 120,000, which makes sense given their struggles. But now, with this move, those odds could drop to plus 5,500, reflecting a newfound confidence in their defense and their potential to surprise everyone. It's worth noting that this trade also positions the Giants to be competitive in the postseason. The NFL is a league where those critical plays, the turnovers, the game-changing interceptions, can make all the difference. Bland's skill set aligns perfectly with the Giants' needs. A player who can step up in big moments, who has a nose for the ball, and who can elevate the entire secondary. This isn't just a stopgap move. It's a statement that the Giants are serious about competing now and building for the future. The team's front office, led by their strategic vision, clearly sees Bland as a catalyst for a defense that can match up with the best in the league. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. The Giants have been in a bit of a transitional phase over the past few seasons, trying to rebuild their roster after a couple of disappointing years. Saquon Barkley remains a key offensive piece, but the defense has been the question mark. With this trade, they're making it clear that they're committed to fixing that weakness. The coaching staff, especially the defensive coordinators, will have a new dynamic to work with. Bland's versatility and ball-hawking instincts will allow them to be more aggressive, to take more risks, and to capitalize on opponents' mistakes. This is exactly the kind of player that can turn a defense from mediocre to elite, especially when combined with other emerging talents. Looking ahead, the Giants are positioning themselves as a team that can challenge the NFC East powerhouse, the Eagles, and even keep the Cowboys on their toes. The division remains highly competitive, but with the addition of Bland, the Giants are sending a message. They're not here to just compete, they're here to contend. The NFC playoff picture is already crowded and intense, but now with a strengthened secondary, the Giants have a real shot at making some noise. It's not just about this season, it's about setting a foundation for sustained success. Their fans should be excited because this move signals a shift in the team's trajectory, a sign that the front office is willing to make bold decisions to reach the top. As we wrap up, I want to emphasize again how significant this trade is for the Giants' future. It's a strategic, calculated move that could pay off big time down the line. The impact Bland will have on their defense, especially in the passing game, should not be underestimated. It's a move that combines immediate impact with long-term potential, and it's exactly what a team like the Giants needs to re-establish themselves as a serious contender. With this addition, they're not just patching holes. They're building a defense that can dominate, create turnovers, and help them finally take that next step towards Super Bowl glory. This is a moment for Giants fans to be excited, to believe in the vision of the team, and to look forward to a future where their defense is one of the league's best. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Bland can be the game changer we're all hoping for? How do you see this impacting the team's chances in the NFC and beyond? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, more news, and more in-depth analysis. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this conversation going. The Giants are on the rise, and with moves like this, their future is looking brighter than ever. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with more NFL and Giants news.